Hello and welcome to Meet the Fleet, a series of videos introducing you to the locomotives that run on the Brucington Railway. The British Rail Class 55 was a class of diesel locomotive built in 1961 and 1962 by the English Electric as Type 5s. They were designed for high-speed express passenger services on the East Coast Main Line between London King's Cross and Edinburgh. They gained the name Deltic from the prototype locomotive, British Railways DP1 Deltic. The running number DP1 was never carried, which in turn was named after its Napier Deltic power units. 22 locomotives were built, which dominated express passenger services on the East Coast Main Line, particularly London Leeds and London Edinburgh services, until 1978 when the Intercity 125 high-speed trains were introduced. 1978 to 81 saw them gradually relegated to semi-fast or newspaper parcel sleeper services along the ECML, destinations including Cambridge, Cleethorpes, Harrogate, Hull, Scarborough and Aberdeen, plus occasional forays offline such as York, Liverpool Lime Street, semi-fast, and Edinburgh, Carlisle via Newcastle stoppers. The fleet was withdrawn from service between January 1980 and December 1981. 3 locomotives were retained for a few days until 2nd of January 1982 to work the farewell special, all being withdrawn immediately on arrival back at York. 6 locomotives entered preservation during 1982 and 1983, 1 by the National Railway Museum, 2 by the Deltic Preservation Society, 2 by the Deltic 9000 Fund, and 1 privately owned. 2 cabs were also privately purchased. Locomotive number D9003 Meld was placed in service in 1961. It is seen under the Talisman service near Ganwick. It was retired in December 1980 and supposedly scrapped in Doncaster in March in 1981. Somehow, Meld exists on the Brucington Railway, despite the record saying he was scrapped. The owner of the Brucington Railway, whenever asked about how he acquired the locomotive, had this to say: "One doesn't let a good locomotive go to waste." It is unknown what he meant by this. Whether the locomotive was stolen from the scrapyard before being scrapped, we will never know. We hope you've enjoyed meeting Meld, and remember, he can be seen upon request at any time. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon for another episode of Meet the Fleet.